I just have it low. Why do you think it's terrible?
I thought the whole concept was stupid. They were building a freaking fort. It was so dumb.
The Sevens tournament, workouts, and Friday night games. He would like to thank his grandpa for talking his mom into signing him up for flag football when he was 5 years old. A big thanks to his parents for guiding him in the right direction and investing in him. Number 4, Evan and Wia.
Batteries are charged enough? No.
Our next senior is number 6, Vincent Valentino. Vincent is joined by his mom, dad, and his brother. His best memories of football include winning his first high school game after going 0-7 freshman year. Thanks his Boz for always being there and supporting him, his brother for giving smiles throughout the years, and his daddy for buying all the equipment. Also, thank you to my receiver coach, Ron Zaveri, for helping me love the game, says Vincent. Number 6, Vincent Valentino. Our next senior, number 7, Kate Cox. Kate is joined by his mom, dad, sister, and grandparents. His best memories of football include winning state and beating Higley junior year. He thanks his parents and twin sister for all they do. He also thanks his coaches that have made him the player that he has become today. Give it up for number 7, Caden Cox. Our next senior, number 8, Gates Allen. Gates is joined by his mom, stepdad, dad, stepmom, and sisters. His best memories of football include doing stupid stuff with his teammates and random side quests. He thanks his mom and dad who have helped endlessly. Many thanks to his coaches, including Coach Titmore and Coach Weirson, who put him on the spot he is in today. Give it up for number 8, Gates Allen. Number 9, Jared Kloppenstein. He is joined by his mom and dad. His best memories of football include winning the state championship. He would like to take the time to thank his parents for all that they have done for him. Number 9, Jared Kloppenstein. Our next senior, number 10, Braden Figueroa. Braden is joined by his mom, dad, brother, and sister. His best memories of football include hanging out with friends on the team. He would like to thank his family for supporting and pushing him to work his hardest, as well as his teammates for making football fun. Number 10, Braden Figueroa. Number 11, Calvin Curtis. Calvin is joined by his mom and sister. His best memories of football include getting an interception against Higley last year and the San Diego 7-on-7 tournaments. He thanks his parents and sister for always supporting him and for all of the sacrifices that they have made throughout his years playing football. He would also like to thank Coach Weirson and Coach Ditmar for shaping him into the person and athlete that he is today. And lastly, his teammates and lifelong friends he's made along the way. Number 11, Calvin Curtis. Next up, number 16, Canyon Floyd. He is joined by his mom, dad, and brothers. His best memories of football include hanging out in the locker room. He would like to take the time to thank his parents for all that they have done for him. Number 16, Canyon Floyd. Number 20, Alec Eckholm. Alec is joined by his mom, dad, and brothers. His best memories of football include winning his first game after losing every game in his freshman year and beating Higley junior year. He thanks his dad for helping to get him to every practice and guiding him to be a better football player and person. He also thanks his mom for coming to every game and supporting him no matter what. Give it up for number 20, Alec Eckholm. Number 21, senior Anthony Segura. Anthony is joined by his mom, stepdad, and brother. His best memories of football include winning his first high school game and beating Higley last season. He would like to thank his mom, brothers, dad, and stepdad for all their support throughout high school. Also, a big thank you to all of his coaches. Number 21, Anthony Segura. Number 23, Tanner Newt. Tanner is joined by his mom, dad, and brothers. His best memories of football including winning state, beating Higley, getting a pick six against Gilbert last year. He thanks his mom and dad for their support and for being the greatest parents ever. They are his inspiration and aspire to be half the person that they are. Coach Ditmore, thank you for being the best coach I've ever had. You fueled my fire for the love of the game and always made it fun. My brothers Mason and Zach, you guys always push me to be the best version of myself, constantly put a smile on my face. Thanks for being the best bros. Number 23, Tanner Newt. Number 31, Dylan Timmons. Dylan is joined by his mom and dad, and his best memories of football include winning state, beating Pinnacle, and beating Higley last season. We would like to thank his mom for being there every step of the way. He couldn't have done this at all without her. He also thanks Coach Trier for teaching him not only football, but life skills. Number 31, Dylan Timmons. Number 35, Carter Esleg. Carter is joined by his mom and dad. His best memories of football include winning the state championship. He would like to thank his mom and dad for always believing in him and helping him stay on track. Also, thank you to Coach Burnell, who always pushed me to be the best that I can be. Number 35, Carter Esleg. Number 44, senior captain Carson Kolb. He is joined by his mom, dad, and his brother. His best memories of football include his first start in the semifinal game during the state championship year. We would like to thank his mom, dad, little brother, Coach Linton, and Coach Burnell for all of their support. Number 44, your senior captain, Carson Cole.
I think so. Carson Cole. I know.
Our next senior, number 45, Kate Murray. Kate is joined by his mom, dad, brother, and grandparents. His best memories of
One
football
of those I
include
didn't think to
winning his
ask
first
at the
win
beginning of the year because
after
I felt
coming
it was
back to the team.
self-explanatory, but I
We'd like
guess
to thank
not.
his dad, who has been very influential through the years he's played football. He is also there when I need help with technique or want to get in a workout. Also, thank you to my mom for always being reliable. She never complains and puts up with our stinky jerseys and tired attitudes. Number 45, Kate Murray. Number 51, Reese Parker. Reese is joined by his mom and dad, sister, and grandparents. His best memories of football include beating Pinnacle and winning the state championship game. He thanks Coach Walker for coaching him the past 7 years. He would not be the man he is today without him. Thanks to his mom, dad, and sister for supporting him and being there throughout his journey. Also, a shout out to my grandparents and uncles and cousins. They are always supportive of me and have always pushed me to be the best version of myself. Number 51, Reese Parker. Next up, number 53, Jack Metzler. Jack is joined by his mom, dad, brother, and sister. His best memories of football include playing with his friends. He would like to thank his mom and dad, especially his dad, because he has coached and helped him along the way with football. Number 53, Jack Metzler. Number 54, Mark Wojno. Mark is joined by his mom, dad, and cousin. His best memories of football include his first ever high school win sophomore year against Sunrise Mountain. He would like to thank his mom, dad, and dad, who have played a significant role in supporting him. A big thanks to Coach Ditmore, Coach Trier, Coach LeBlanc. Also, thank you to Quint Buis and Bubi Santiago for their support his sophomore year. Number 54, Mark Wojno. Number 55, Alex Prine. Alex is joined by his mom, dad, and sisters. His best memories of football include sophomore year having 2 sacks and a defensive touchdown against Desert Edge and winning state. He would like to thank his parents for their support since he was 7 at Pop Warner. They have always believed and guided him through tough times, which helped get him back to playing football. Also, thank you to Coach Ditmore, Coach Linton, and Coach Trier for turning around our freshman team from being 0-7 to 6-1. What an amazing season. Number 55, Alex Prine. Number 56, Dylan Nolan Cook. Is joined by his mom and his dad. His best memories of football include winning his first high school game sophomore year against Sunrise Mountain. He would like to thank his mom, dad, and grandparents for always being there when he needed to be at practice early or when he needed new gloves before a game because he forgot them at school. Thank you, Coach Linton and Coach Walker. There was a time I didn't know if I wanted to play football. If it wasn't for your support, I would not be in football today. Number 56, Dylan Nolan Cook. Number 57, Captain Carter Labruski. He is joined by his mom, dad, and brothers. His best memories of football include running out of the Husky Head his first varsity game against Notre Dame. He would like to thank Coach Walker and the whole coaching staff, and a big thanks to his mom, dad, and brothers for all of their support. Captain Carter Lagreski, number 57. Number 59, Massimo James. He is joined by his mom, sister, grandparents, and godmother and cousins. His best memories of football include running out of the Husky Head on game days. He would like to thank his family for all of their support. And would also like to thank Coach Trier who has helped him get in a better position, been better at his position, and supported him in being the man he is today. Number 59, Massimo James. Number 60, Aaron Aguilar. Aaron is joined by his mom, dad, sister, and brother. His best memories of football include Friday night games. He would like to thank Coach Trier for helping him get to where he wanted to be. Thanks to his mom and dad for their support. He would like to thank God for allowing him to be part of this great team and having so much support throughout his 4 years of football. Number 60, Aaron Aguilar. Number 63, Zachary Frank Zabransky. He is joined by his mom, dad, and brothers. His best memories of football include his first JV game win. He thanks his parents for never letting him quit and always pushing him. Thank you, Coach Ditmore and Coach Carranza, for training me, he says, and letting me become better at football. Number 63, Zachary Frank Zabransky. And last but not least, number 68, Connor Secor. Connor is joined by his mom and his dad. His best memories of football include winning the state championship game. He would like to thank his parents for guiding him throughout his football experience. He can't thank them enough for their support and sacrifices they have made for him to continue his love for the game. Thanks to all of his family for dedicating their time watching him play football over the years. Also, he would like to thank his O-line coach for all the support and encouragement and to continue his high school experience as an athlete and football player. Number 68, Connor Secor. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your senior class for 2024, 23 and 24, your Horizon Huskies. Give a big round of applause.
Yeah, it used to be only $100 a month, $100 a year. Now it's 110 for the year.
There she is.
Oh wow, $10 a year. Like I can't do it.
On Wednesday
Welcome, folks, to Horizon Huskies Field here in Scottsdale, Arizona, where the Huskies will play their regular season finale. If you were tuned in, we had senior night from about the 6:10, 6:15 mark on, and now we get ready to play the final regular season game between the Huskies and the American Leadership Academy GilbertNorth Eagles. 7-2 are the Huskies, 6-3 are the Eagles. And into the broadcast booth we go. I'm Zach Mott, joined alongside by my partner Eric Castellan. Eric, we have a great matchup tonight. This is an ala-gilbert North team that has been very good on offense this year, and a Horizon team that's been great on defense.
Yeah, this ala-gilbert team has scored 41 or more points in every single win this season. And every time they've won a game, they've won by 20 points or more. This is definitely a team that when they're hot, and they score a lot of points. But they're going to run into a tough time with this Horizon defense, which we've seen over the past few weeks has been outstanding to such a great extent for the most part, minus the fact that usually in the second half they're getting the backups in. But when you put in that first half Horizon defense, they have been on fire. They've came together multiple times, and they have stopped their opponent when they need to. That should be a good matchup to watch. This high-flying offense and this stout defense should be a good one. And like you said, regular season finale should be a good one here to wrap up as we head into playoffs for both sides.
Yeah, and defensively, obviously, you think of some of the leaders, the senior leaders, Tanner Newt, Carson Cope, two names to watch for tonight for the Huskies.
Both leaders on defense indeed, and they're going to show out here tonight for everyone in attendance in the rare occasion they don't get a home game next week, but we're sure they will. But it should be a good one here nonetheless. Everybody's fired up. We got a big crowd on hand, especially here on the Horizon side. A lot of fans here, like I said, senior night. Energy's here. Just another Friday night in Scottsdale.
Yeah, and to play off of what you said about Horizon getting a home game, according to Gridiron Arizona, which is a very reputable Twitter account, Horizon, as it currently stands, coming into all the games tonight, they're projected to be the 3 seed in the 5A. Obviously, we'll see if anything changes, but that's currently the projection.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shocker because I know what account you're referencing. Then we got to call it X now. I'm still not going to get over the fact that it's X now. But to be fair, they have Higley ranked above them, and I know that they beat Higley at Higley, and I feel like that should play a part in the rankings. But who knows? I just get paid to call a game like this, and we'll see what happens.
This one will be booted back, and Vincent Valentino will take it. Valentino across the 20 to the 25, blockers in front. And he dives forward toward the 35-yard line, and that is where this offense will take over.
16, Tanner Hatch. He's first and 10.
I always assume you're live, just because you're seeing it live. So even if I don't say you're live, just assume you're live. Just like
So the offense comes to the line, headed by Jace Ashley. In a motion. Ashley looks towards that left side, fires. That one is complete. And a gain of about 8, maybe 9 for number 7, Caden Cox.
And nice to see Jace Ashley back in there. He didn't play last week because of an injury he sustained 2 weeks ago at Higley, but good to see him back in there now and leading this group, and should play a big factor in this one.
Ashley lines up under center. He'll hand the football off. There's Zamorano's first carry of the night, and it goes for a loss. 3rd down.
This Horizon offense lives and dies on the run game, and usually we've seen a few times the first carry of the game is told the tale of the game. Hopefully that one doesn't show it for this one.
Hurry up offense here. Ashley straight behind him to Zamorano, and another stop. So an early 4th and short upcoming for this Horizon team, and they're going to send out the punt unit.
Kind of surprised to see back-to-back runs on from 2nd and short to 3rd and short. I figure maybe after seeing the defensive front for the Eagles kind of collapse and get Zamorano in the backfield, I'm surprised they didn't try to go to a play action or maybe some kind of quick pass to counter that, and they ended up trying to go right back into the same exact play, pretty much just opposite side, and nothing doing there. And very quick drive here for Horizon. Don't see this too often.
Yeah, absolutely. Was going to mention, feel like it's rare that we see an opening drive 3 and out. Kenyon Floyd on to boot this one away, and he'll do so. It's fielded at the 20 by number 5 of ala-gilbert North. And he'll gain maybe a yard on the fall down. It's Cole Feather, or excuse me, not Cole Feather, but rather McKay Beardall.
By number 50, Matt Mulhern. Eagles first to 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Big moment here for the defense. First drive after a 3-and-out. Let's see if they can duplicate what the Eagles did on their first defensive drive.
Okay, so camera one, you're gonna be live for a little bit because my scoreboard crashed and I need to redo everything. So just follow the
Ball at the 22-yard line here for the Eagle offense.
same garbage.
Little jump there from the defense, and I think we're going to get an offside, or a neutral zone infraction, rather.
Offsides penalty against Horizon.
Not the start you're hoping for. Hopefully this is just some pregame jitters. Like we said, senior night, everybody was feeling good. Gotta hope that maybe something comes up here and they can get a big play to spark it.
Bryson Landon in at quarterback. He's to start this one. Connor White had primarily been the starter this season. Landon drops back. Steps up in the pocket, fires this one across the middle. That one is complete to number 1. Across the 40, still on his feet. Breaks the initial tackle, and he's down toward the 26-yard line. That's Brandon Phelps' first catch of the day. And Eric, take us through what Brandon Phelps' career has looked like as an Eagle.
Oh, man, he's been just really one of the top wide receivers in really Arizona State history. He holds the record for most receiving yards in a high school career. Coming into this game, 4,398 yards. And after that chunk, puts him over 4,400. Also holds the receiving touchdown record with 57 career. That's a lot of touchdowns, man. That's a lot. Broke Christian Kirk's record for both yards and touchdowns.
Hurry up, handoff to number 8 across the middle. Breaking a tackle, he's going to go to the end zone, and he's going to score. That's a touchdown for Cody Thorley. And this Eagle offense strikes early, and they strike first.
And we talked about this ala-gilbert offense. They are high-flying. They score a lot of points, and in just 2 plays, they go to their top wideout and their top running back. And really, this Horizon defense quickly on the ropes in that one, and it's really just a stunner to this home crowd as well.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about how rare it is that on offense on their opening drive that Horizon go 3-and-out, and all of a sudden their defense in 3 plays, they give up a touchdown.
It's very uncharacteristic, too. I mean, we've covered this team all year. Just feels like this is the first time we've seen them go 3-and-out, and then just quickly in 2 plays even. Just that was probably a very quick touchdown they let up as well.
Brandon Phelps on for the extra point, and that one is good. So Phelps makes a huge catch, gets his team in a scoring position. It's capped off by the run from Cody Thorley, and Phelps adds on the extra point. So 7-0 for the ala-gilbert-North Eagles. It's just under 5 minutes in. This one has been a quick mover.
Yeah, Cody Thorley, they went to him a lot last week. They got 3 touchdowns last week against Notre Dame Prep. Notre Dame Prep, I should say. I mean, 3 touchdowns. He only had 30 yards, which means that they really were going to him from close range, and really just inside the red zone, he's a big threat, and we should look to see that for the rest of the game as well. But again, I just can't get over the fact that this is just such a rarity for Horizon to be down this soon, especially after the drive they had. I know for sure Coach Litton's going to tell these guys to change a couple things, make some adjustments. We should see a completely different offense for the most part next drive.
So Phelps on to boot this one away. And he will do just that. That's Vincent Valentino on the receiving end, fielded from about his own 5-yard line. He gets toward the edge, and we'll see where they mark him out of bounds. He'll be just shy of 35. They'll put him at the 32. So offense in similar starting position as their opening drive, but let's see if they can change anything this time around.
Yeah, this is an offense last week that was led by Zach Jones. Like we said, Ashley was out due to injury. Jones did his best Jace Ashley impression for the most part. 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did throw a couple picks, one of them really in the late game that shouldn't have happened. But it was really the run game that got things going too. Bodie Zamorano had 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Segura added a touchdown with 70 yards. I mean, he really just a balanced attack last week.
This defensive front, up front, Ashley is going to try and take it himself, and he's going to be tackled from behind for a loss. So that'll be credited as a sack. A weird-looking play from the beginning as that ball hit the turf. Ashley had to pick it up, try and get out to his left, and couldn't find anything there.
I wasn't sure what happened there at the get-go. Looked like it just a fumbled snap for the most part. Ashley couldn't get the handle on it. And then really just once that happens, the play pretty much breaks down, and he had no choice but to try to take off.
Ashley in the shotgun. He'll hand the football off. And out toward the 35-yard line goes Bodie Zamorano. Going up third and about 7.
And one thing I've noticed with this Eagles defense, so we've seen it a lot in the past few weeks too, as soon as they run that fake screen and a draw play, the defense is really, they can't collapse in time, but this defense is doing a really good job of reading it right away and really surrounding them right away.
Ashley tries to get the Eagles offside there with a hard count. Can't quite do it. See some shifting here from the receivers. And Ashley will take the snap. He drops back, relatively clean pocket. Fires, and this one is complete. That's Caden Cox. And he's out across the 50 near the 45-yard line. So this pass game early on seems to be working against this Eagle defense.
Yeah, Caden Cox, he didn't have any catches last week, but already 2 in this one. Really shown to be a focal point here early on.
Ashley fakes the handoff, takes it himself. He's through the middle of the field to the 40, 30. He breaks free to the 20, 10, 5. Goodbye, Jace Ashley, touchdown. And the Huskies needed an answer for this early Eagle score, and they just got it.
Man, oh man, boy, I wouldn't say Horizon necessarily missed that last week, but man, it must feel good for Ashley after having a week off to go out and do what he's done all year long. That's his 10th rushing touchdown. And boy, is he sure, he's such a dual threat out there. What a nice read there. Kept it himself, saw the hole up the middle, and that speed got him into the end zone. And a quick score there. That's exactly what they needed. You're right there, Zach.
And Kenyon Floyd puts the extra point up and through the uprights. Jace Ashley with a wonderful option play. And he breaks free for about a 45-yard touchdown run and equalizes this game with 7:56 to play.
That's exactly what we were expecting to see from Horizon. That first drive, like I said, just so uncharacteristic. And that second one kind of proved that point with how well they were able to move the ball down the field. They didn't look pretty. The first play, they fumbled the snap. And a nice pass play to Caden Cox and then Jace Ashley. Pretty much the same 1-2 punch that ALA had last drive. They had the big pass and then the run, and that's pretty much the same thing here. A big third down pass, and then Jace Ashley capped it off. So both teams here showing how good their offenses can be.
As you mentioned before, Zach Jones was fantastic last week, obviously filling in for the injured Ashley, but I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. I think they missed this aspect of this offense because if you think about it, when it comes to the close games and the big plays that Horizon's been able to get throughout the season, Ashley has been a huge part of it. As you mentioned, 10 rushing touchdowns on the year. I believe he's, it's almost 700 yards or more?
About that, yeah.
Yeah. So he has been fantastic rushing on this season, and he's been a dynamic part of this offense as that one by Floyd booted out of the end zone. The Eagles will get back on offense.
Well, yeah, of course, that big play potential is always there, and Ashley, like you said, he's just such a big threat for that kind of thing. I just meant more in the aspect of, with them winning as much as they did last week, more of they didn't really miss him as Jones did a fine job, a really good job, actually, of filling in for him. But actually, I actually read the stats wrong. That's his passing stats that are near 700. But his rushing, he's got over 500 now. So really showing the dual threat. When both your passing and your rushing yards are about the same, that shows you're a pretty good dual ability kind of guy.
So starting from their own 20-yard line are the Eagles. Landon drops back, fires this one into traffic, and it's incomplete. Oh, man, that was a risky pass and nearly picked off by this Horizon defense.
Yeah, Tanner Newt came right over the middle there. Thought he had it, but just a little out of his reach. But either way, like you said, dangerous pass. Don't usually see Landon try to fit those in too much. I mean, he did a fine job last week, 14-22, 143 yards and a touchdown. Still shocked that Connor White's not in this game either.
He's been fantastic this year, at least appears for the Eagles. This one fired by Landon into traffic, again and incomplete. So double coverage back there, had 2 Husky defenders and tried to throw that one up for his receiver and just couldn't come down with it.
That's the one negative you have about having a high-flying offense. You want to get the big plays. You want to get the ones that'll get chunk yardage. And especially after last drive when they got one, you have that feeling as a quarterback that you want to go up and do the same exact thing and kind of keep your foot on the gas. But not every time it's going to work, and we saw it twice in a row now.
See if Landon looks for his big play receiver in Phelps. Phelps one-on-one coverage, throws to him, and it's caught. There's Brandon Phelps across the 30, and he's out toward the 34-yard line. The Husky defense, single coverage there, and Phelps on a crosser, able to make the catch after a little juggle, and a first down for the Eagles.
And that just shows Phelps' concentration there. Not a lot of receivers, after they have it go off of really any part of their body, can have the concentration to gather it back in, especially while running. And we saw it there. Good concentration, able to secure his team a first down on third down.
Folks, I did want to apologize. We have word from our director that we're having issues with the scoreboard, so we will inform you as much as possible. Landon back to pass, fires this one deep, a one-on-one ball for Phelps, and Phelps makes the catch. Able to get separation from the defender. I think Coach Litton wanted a flag, and a late one comes in. And the Husky defense pointing in the direction of Brandon Phelps on that one.
I mean, I'm no referee, but I saw it clear as day there. As soon as he turned around to look for the ball, he separated himself from Presley Jones. And they teach you as a wide receiver to not really extend your arm all the way. If you're going to push, do it slightly. Don't extend your arm all the way. But we saw both of them clearly extended there. Can't get away with that one. And again, not really sure he needs to. As a state record holder, you figure a lot of them have just come from raw talent and just really no really wise choice there at all.
6'3" receiver Brandon Phelps against 6'3" defender Presley Jones. So Jones getting a bulk of the coverage here, coverage assignments I should say, against Phelps. See if that continues throughout the night. Landon fires over the middle. This one is complete. It's out toward the 25-yard line. Boston Morris on the catch.
Yeah, that time Horizon brought the house, and unfortunately for them, it was a designed quick pass to the left side. Don't think he was looking for Morris there. Maybe Phelps on a slant route, but he'll take what he can get.
Landon drops back, fires toward the right side. This one is complete. Coming back to the ball is number 12, I think. Titan Slade. Yes, Titan Slade there on the catch. That'll bring up third and long with the penalty.
And Titan Slade last week, 5 receptions, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. The guy that's caught 14 on the year, 43 catches, just under 750 yards. He's really the number 2 receiver on this team. So look for Phelps and Slade to really be the go-to targets here for Landon and Connor White if he were to come into this game.
Phelps toward the bottom of your screen. Keep an eye on him on the third down play. Landon takes a snap. He's not looking his way. He's not looking anyway. Pressure comes. And think the ball might have came out there. They're going to say the Eagles were able to keep it. But Landon was certainly not ready for that one. Pressure in his face. He goes down. Fourth down. And the ala-gilbert Eagles are going to bring out their punt team.
And this is a perfect time to dial up the blitz there. Nowhere for Landon to run. Good job containing him there. He just dropped the ball. I mean, not much you can do there when you're getting swarmed like that, but luckily he was able to fall right back into his lap and keep it a fourth down instead of a turnover in the red zone, or where it would have put Horizon in the red zone, I should say.
Well, Phelps back to boot this one away. He'll do just that. Valentino will field at his own 45, breaks a tackle, tries to get to the outside. Past the 40 at the 39 is where he's taken down, and that's where this Horizon offense will take over in good field position here.
Really, ever since that first drive and that ALA scored the touchdown, it's been really just a change of really everything. On defense, on offense, it seems like just really a slow start has turned into what we usually see from Horizon anyway, and they're looking to end the first quarter on a good note here.
4:59 to play here in the first quarter. 7-7 our score. Zach Jones in at quarterback. Motion here from Partridge right to left. Jones takes a snap, fires toward the left side, a little screen, and not really going to get anything. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 by Caden Cox.
I'm not sure why we're seeing Zach Jones at quarterback. I don't know whether if is really just trying to get both quarterbacks some action here in the last game of the season or what, but we'll see as the game goes on.
Jones hands the football off to Zamorano. Able to break off the first defender, a little push, and we'll see where forward progress marks him. Near side judge, I think, has him lined there at the 45, so gain of 3 on that one. Zach Jones remains in here for this third down play.
Well, the likely pass play coming up here, he's definitely got the stronger arm out of he and Ashley, so let's see what develops here.
Jones takes a snap, straight for drop back, and fires toward the right side. This one is complete. That's number 3 out to the 25-yard line. Jordan Partridge on the catch, and a Husky first down.
Partridge, like we said, balanced attack last week. Jones went to a bunch of different receivers, 4 of them to be exact, and Partridge had 4 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown. So, said everybody gets involved on this offense.
Jones hands the football off to Zamorano. He'll gain about 2 yards.
Zamorano up the middle, comes up about 3. Got that number 10, Stockton Guy. Second, 7, 23, 22.
Low snap, Jones, and fumble. And the Eagles have recovered, at least it appears. Let's see the official rule, and they do. So Zach Jones, a little bit of a fumbled snap. I believe he was trying to hand that football off to Jordan Partridge, and the ball comes loose, and the Eagles recover.
Yeah, I see him talking to Coach Litton right there, who's probably talking about what I just saw too. Kind of just wasn't ready for the snap. He started looking up, and they teach you this too. It's like receivers, when you catch the ball, always look it into your hands, and Jones didn't do that. He went to go hand it off and just didn't see it into his hands, kind of fumbled it, and then as he tried to transition it, I think it was Partridge who was coming across. He ended up dropping it as a result, and just a costly turnover for Horizon there.
5 receivers set, empty backfield. Landon fires towards Phelps' side, and that one caught just shy of the 30 at the 28-yard line.
I could have sworn I saw that ball hit the ground, but what do I know? Heck of a catch there by Phelps.
So 2nd and 5 upcoming. And we've just hit 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter on the clock. 7-7 remains our score. Again, we apologize as we try and get the scoreboard on the broadcast. A motion from Phelps. Landon hands the football off and met immediately in the backfield. That's Carson Kobe there on the tackle for a loss.
Man, they just seem to be dialing up the blitzes at the right time. It's almost like they knew it was going to be a draw play right up the middle, and he had nowhere to go. They crashed that line, went by almost every single offensive lineman, and just really broke up the play from the get-go. Really blew it up, actually.
So 3rd down and long upcoming here. Landon stands with an empty backfield. A motion, and this one is fumbled. Let's see who has it. I think Horizon thinks they do. Let's see the ruling. And it's Horizon football. Wow.
I don't know what we did to deserve a game like this to start off, especially this kind of a start, really. Both teams now trading possessions where they fumble really a sweep, really, or the wide receiver sweep. And that's 2 wide receivers now that have dropped it. Well, rather, you don't know who you can blame it on there. Couldn't really tell, but that's back-to-back turnovers for both teams, and really they just cancel each other out, really.
Yeah, I was going to mention it. It felt like almost the same exact play that happened on to both offenses. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Eagles, and we're going to take a timeout as well. 7-7 our score. Just about 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
And back here from Horizon Huskies Field, where the Huskies offense has the football at
What's
the
inside
20-yard
you?
line.
Unlocking the
2:09 on
greatness
the clock
inside
here in
you
the first
means
quarter.
digging deeper
Our score
and
all
going
even
further
at
than you
7.
can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine
Chase
High
Ashley
Performance
returns
Center
to the
uses
field.
the latest
He'll
technologies
hand the
to
football
train
off.
the athlete in all
Zamorano
of
running to
us.
the
Unlock
outside.
the greatness
Not
inside
able to
of
get
you.
the edge he wanted. He dives forward to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, when you're a running back and you have almost 1,200 yards rushing on the ground, you're going to garner any defense's attention. And that seems to be, especially on first and second down, all that this Eagles defense is paying attention to.
Quick set here. Ashley hands the football off. Zamorano finds a hole up the middle and is just unable to break the final defender. He would have been into the end zone had he broken that tackle, but still a big gain and a Husky first down.
Yeah, credit that offensive line on that one. It's not often you see a lane like that to run through. And boy, that was such a large opening there.
A lot of hurry-up offense here. Ashley under center. Toss play to the right side. Zamorano not able to find an edge, and he's tackled for a loss.
Let's see if this Eagles defense can tighten up here as they get closer and closer to the goal line. Unfortunately for them, Horizon has been so good in goal-to-go situations.
Offense using a lot of Carson Kolb here in the heavy set. Ashley out to his left, someone right in his face, throws to Kolb, and he's into the end zone. Carson Kolb, touchdown on senior day. We talked about his impact on defense. He impacts the offense there, getting into the end zone, and a 13-7 lead for the Horizon Huskies.
Yeah, what a moment there for the defensive captain. He doubles as a tight end, for those of you that don't know, but that's his first touchdown catch of the year, and why not get your first touchdown of the season on senior night?
So the offense using a lot more of him than usual. Figured at some point we would see why, and I think we're going to get an offside here and a bit of a closer kick as Canyon Floyd does a little dance.
You got to have fun doing what you love, and Canyon Floyd seems to do no matter what. This one's actually called false start, but I don't think Floyd matters that much, or rather, I don't think he cares that much anyway.
Someone on the right side of the line flinched, I guess, before the defender. Nonetheless, Floyd will take this one from the 15. Snap, hold, another flag, and the kick is up and good. See if it stands.
Back-to-back flags on an extra point attempt. Can't say I've seen that this year.
PA announcer here at Huskies Field has just said, I think that ball went out onto the street. And yeah, Canyon Floyd put a little bit of power into that one.
Well, let's see if he can boot it into the street from an extra 5 yards out, because they're going to call another false start there. And especially when they threw a flag and didn't stop the play, it's hard for me to see a false start there. But again, I'm up here. Those refs get paid to do their job. And either way, let's see if Floyd can boot it through and to the street. Why not?
Vincent Valentina will set up at the 20. That's where this ball will be held. Try this one again. Third time's a charm. Snap, hold, kick up, and Canyon Floyd, as always, is good. 14-7 our score.
It really turned into a 30-yard extra point there, and I sure hope whoever has to go get that ball out of the street gets some kind of reward for that, as that can't happen too much, and I don't think I've ever seen that either.
Well, Canyon Floyd has got a leg for sure, the ASU commit, in his final regular season game as a Husky. Celebrated tonight along with many of his other teammates.
Makes me wonder if we're going to see him next year be the kicker for the Sun Devils. I'd love to see that personally. They're watching him kick all year long. I'm a little biased, but no better guy for the job, in my opinion.
Yeah, ASU has had their fair share of kicking troubles throughout the year, whether it be punts, extra points, field goals. So I definitely believe there'll be a change on that front going into next season. Boston Morris, McKay Beardall, the two back there to receive this kick. And it won't matter. Floyd will boot this one into the end zone. Nothing new on that front. And the 20-yard line is where the Eagles offense will get started.
I feel like naming the returners on the opposing team is really a formality at this point. It's more of a just in case Floyd decides to be nice and let him return it. He does it maybe once or twice a game, though. We've definitely seen that.
Just have to make sure. You never know. Don't want to be caught off guard. So again, Eagle offense gets set here from the 20. Bryson Landon remains the quarterback. Handoff and a gain of maybe 1 yard there to Cody Thorley. And our clock with 5 seconds and counting.
Led by number 55, Alex Prine, second day, 22.
I think that pull's blocking you a bit there, Zach. It's
Yeah.
22 seconds and counting.
Oh, wow. Okay. Completely wrong there. Sorry, folks. Do have a pole in my way. That's Landon out towards his left, and he's sacked. Or, excuse me, out towards his right. And a nice play there by the Husky defense to get him down for a loss, and a 3rd and long upcoming. This Husky offense and defense really great after that stalled opening drive and that early touchdown for the Eagles. And the clock has hit zeros here in the first quarter. 14-7 our score. Huskies over the Eagles. We'll be back for the second quarter in just a moment here on the Varsity Sports Show.
Hi Varsity sports fans, this is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our halftime where we break down different highlights from sports locally or otherwise. So plenty of entertainment and content coming your way if you stick around with us. What I personally think is cool about our halftime show is we cover different sports, maybe some you might not expect, and a variety of different content, of course, high school football, and maybe some professional stuff such as NFL highlights from the previous week.
Back here from Horizon Huskies Field for the start of the second quarter, where it's 3rd and long here for the Eagles offense. A 4-receiver set. Landon takes a snap. Fires this one over the middle. Has a streaking receiver right behind Carson Kolb. But that one thrown a little bit too far in front of him. Intended for McKay Beardall, and it's 4th down. And the Eagles will boot this one away.
And like you said before the break, credit this Horizon defense for after that first drive where they gave up a touchdown on 2 plays. Since those 2 plays, it's really just been a complete turnaround, really. They've pretty much read every single play. They've brought down Landon in the backfield multiple times. They're snuffing out the run plays, and most importantly, they're limiting the amount of first downs, maybe, I think, really either 1 or 0 since that first drive.
High snap. Phelps able to field it. And speaking of fielding, Vincent Valentino will do that at his own 45-yard line. Excuse me, rather the 45-yard line of the Eagles. And that's where the offense will take over.
That was a heck of a sell job there by Phelps to try to sell the roughing the punter there. I know that Not sure who came off the edge there, but kind of just missed him, and Phelps had to do a little soccer flop. Credit to him, he's just trying to help his team out there, but let's see what Horizon can do on this drive and see if they can punch it in 3 times in a row. Or actually, rather, besides that turnover, but both turnovers canceled each other out, so let's see.
Jace Ashley takes a snap, hands the football off. That's Bodie Zamorano. Nope, he takes it himself. I'm faked out. Excuse me. He's able to get the edge across the 40. He's out of bounds right near the 32-yard line. Nice option play once again there by Jace Ashley. He's just so good at that. I mean, he's able to fake me out. I'm sure he's able to fake several defenders on the field out as well.
I was just about to say, once again, faking both of us out. Maybe not this time for me. I saw Ashley keep it, but I mean, I've been fooled by a couple of these Horizon option routes multiple times. It's been a long year for both of us, but didn't even see the flag on the field either.
Neither did I. This one's going to be coming back.
Little under half the time, you're going to see a big play like that be called back from a holding call, because that's usually what sets up the big play.
Especially along the edges, when you see a runner get out toward the boundary, there's usually some type of hold there on the defense, usually there before the blocker, but see there's a flag on that play. Push this one back to the 50. Ashley takes the snap, rolls out to his opposite side, completes this one. No, incomplete. Number 7, Caden Cox. And actually, they're saying it was a catch. Excuse me there.
It was a catch, but Cox was a little disappointed with himself because he had no choice but to go to the ground there. So just a catch, and he was basically on the ground as he caught that ball. So that's why they blew the whistle so quickly.
Ashley with Zamorano to his left. Takes a snap, drops back, looks towards the right side, fires that way, and it's complete. That's the tight end, Jax Markovich, on the catch. Gain of a couple. Bring up 3rd down.
You get past the original 6, just trying to set up and really just get closer and closer to that 1st down. Any yardage they can will be positive. And would expect nothing more than some kind of maybe an option route or maybe even a play action to try to set up a long pass for the 1st down.
Ashley a hard count, and a look at Coach Litton on the sideline. Another hard count. Got a flinch on the D-line, but don't think they crossed. So I think we're going to get a timeout here, and we did. Timeout here from the Huskies front. Again, our score 14-7. 10 minutes and 16 seconds to play. We'll take a short break.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
All right, out of the timeout we come. Huskies will have a 3rd down upcoming. Some music on the speaker here for this 3rd down play. Ashley takes the snap, low snap. He fires toward the left side. This one is complete. That's Partridge, and Jordan Partridge has the 1st down.
It's a nice pitch and catch there from Ashley. It was a designed out route. Really, Partridge was the only guy on the left side going that way, and it's kind of what you do. You get the defense going one way and have a guy coming across the other way, and that's exactly what works there.
Hand off here to Zamorano running up the middle. Gain of a couple. 2nd down.
This Eagles defense is doing a really good job. Besides a couple plays of really locking down Zamorano and containing him as soon as he gets the football. It's almost like those linebackers are cheating to get up on the line a bit and kind of sell out that they're going to run, and see if Horizon can do some more play actions and options to kind of get them to creep back a little bit as the game progresses.
Ashley takes the snap. He fakes the handoff, keeps it himself to the 30, breaks a tackle with 25 all the way to the 10, and he is gone. Touchdown, Jace Ashley, number 2 on the evening. And it's 20-7 Huskies. Jace Ashley having a field day right now with this Eagles defense.
And we could talk about how shifty he is as well. Man, I've seen him put on some moves on some defenders. That might be the shiftiest I've seen him move in a really long time, man. After that injury, you figure maybe his running ability would be hindered a bit. No worries there. He clearly is not stopped by anything, and really just a terrific run, and dare I say SportsCenter top 10 worthy?
Maybe. Kenyon Floyd puts that one up and through. So a 21-7 lead now here for the Huskies with 9:32 on the clock. And man, I mean, you think about how this started for the Huskies. We've alluded to it several times at this point, but with every score, it feels like it gets more and more important to mention. This Huskies team went 3 and out. 3 plays in, the Eagles score a touchdown. You mentioned pregame about how this Eagles offense, if they win, they have to score 41 or more points. And at this point, they're down 14. This offense needs to get going.
Yeah, they definitely do. And besides that first drive, Horizon has really shown up since then. Like we said, just 2 plays, and that might have just been a slow start with the high energy crowd and the senior night and everybody feeling the emotions of this being the last regular season game. Once again, you can't, I'm going to go back to Jace Ashley there. Two rushing touchdowns on the night. Not to mention, he already has one through the air, and it's really been the focal point of this offense all year long. And he's showing it again there.
So Kenyon Floyd will boot this one away. And this time it skips up around the 10-yard line. Now it takes a Horizon bounce. It'll be fielded right there. And it's going to die right about there. So they're going to mark the football at the 8-yard line. So the Eagles offense not in great position to start out this drive.
I don't know if that was the intent by Floyd. I know he wanted to hit a low liner. He does that every once in a while too, but that ball took a huge bounce and just really died there to the 7-6 yard line. And really, it almost turns out like a coffin corner punt, really. This ball just had no choice but to be downed and returned right there, and really puts this Eagles offense on the ropes to start this drive. And given the fact that they have been struggling the past few drives as well, not where you want to start either.
So once again, it'll be Bryson Landon here at quarterback. He takes the snap, drops back to the edge of his own end zone, fires this football up, and it's incomplete. One-on-one ball there for Brandon Phelps. But really, he was playing defense more than anything. That one was nearly an interception there for Presley Jones.
Tough task for Presley Jones to go up against the guy who's 3rd in yardage in Arizona in the whole state. And he's really been up to the task today. Besides that one big play catch, I should say, he's been doing a heck of a job.
I think it's rare you find a corner that's able to match up basically size for size with your receiver. This one thrown toward the right side. An incomplete pass there, so early third down upcoming here for the Eagles.
Well, that hit our guy Aaron down there. You guys have heard Aaron on the call a couple times. Cameraman today, wore that one like a champ.
I think one of the things you always hear when you're working sideline cameras is you're in the line of fire. And Aaron down there.
Oh, yeah.
Landon fires this one, and it's incomplete. That one intended for number 11. That's Boston Morris. And 4th down upcoming. And a punt once again.
Thought maybe Carson Cole got there a little bit early, but he was turned around looking for the ball. So the refs are gonna give him the benefit of the doubt there, and that's a tough break for this Eagles offense. As another 3 and out transpires, and besides that first drive, they've just been looking for answers this entire first half and just can't seem to find that magic they had to open the game.
Yeah, Boston Morris, I think, sold it, or tried to sell it at least, a little bit well by leaning into the defender there. You frequently see that in the NBA when you're trying to draw a foul. Refs say, no, this isn't basketball.
Seen NFL receivers do that too.
Phelps to boot this one away. Valentino tracking it, and this ball is on the ground, and he's able to recover at the 47-yard line. Tough ball to track a little bit in the air there. Valentino just couldn't cleanly come down with it, but he's able to recover, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah, Phelps could put a special kind of spin on that one. Kind of had a little bit of a topsy-turvy spin that Valentino wasn't able to handle.
A little meeting near the sideline here for the Huskies before they'll take over.
As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the EIA will be announcing the...
Folks, tune into the Varsity Sports Show Saturday mornings from 8 to 10 a.m. on 1060 KDUS Arizona for post-game wraps, interviews with coaches, and content from all of our fantastic team here at the Varsity Sports Show. Ashley. He's going to take it himself, and he's out toward the 40-yard line, so nice run on first down there for Jace Ashley.
I'm going to allude back to what you were saying about the radio show. I may not be a part of this actual internship anymore, but one thing I did when I was doing the radio show, especially on a week like this, paying attention to those playoff spots. They get announced tomorrow morning, too.
Now that'll be a fun broadcast. Jace takes it himself. He's out across the 40. To mark him down about the 39-yard line, so still 2 yards shy of that first down marker.
When I have a little more time, I'm going to paint the picture for those of these viewers and parents that don't know exactly what the picture is going to look like next week, but there's a lot of different scenarios that can play out, but we can go over that when we have a little more time.
Ashley will take this one under center. And we have a flag, and I believe it's going to be movement on the line.
Coach Linton is adamant that it's on the Eagles, and it is.
Well, it's on one of the lines.
So no matter what line, offensive, defensive, they both get penalized for essentially the same thing. But the only difference is this one costs the Eagles defense a first down.
Ashley under center. He'll hand the football off. And upended near the 33-yard line. That's Zamorano on the carry. Or excuse me, Anthony Segura there on the carry. Was wondering when he'd finally get his first carry of the night, and there it is.
Yeah, Segura leads the team in rushing touchdowns. He's got 12 on the year. Just a little over 400 yards. First time he's touched the ball tonight. He's also a key figure on defense, too, if you're looking for him out there as well.
Second and long upcoming. Ashley takes a snap, hands the football off. And a nice run this time from Anthony Segura. Right near that first down marker. I think they're going to mark him just a little bit shy. So 3rd and 1 upcoming.
Segura, he's so tough to bring down. He's just a little bit taller, a little bit bigger than Zamorano. And we've seen Zamorano, for being a little bit smaller than he is, tough to bring down as well.
Ashley under center. Hands the football off again. Segura breaks off the tackle. And he's able to get the first down. They had him met right at that first down marker, but he's able to break the tackle and get the line to gain.
That's one thing about these running backs that makes them so tough to bring down. They get to that first line of defense, and really after first contact, they break so much of that first contact. It's really hard to tell what they're going to do. You don't know which way they're going to go. You don't know if they're going to lower the shoulder or try to juke you. It doesn't matter. They usually get past that first line.
6:45 on the clock, 21-7 our score. Ashley hands the football off. That's Segura once again, and he's down at the 20.
It's not often we see them go straight to the run 4 times in a row, but usually if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there are some minimal gains a couple times. See if they change it up here, maybe get some options or some play action, but Segura's still out there, and usually that means a run.
Ashley takes a snap. Back to pass, fires this one complete. And a nice little move there from Caden Cox. He gets out towards the 10. They'll mark this one at the 12 and a first down. And we do have an injured Eagle defender on the field, and we're going to take a timeout here for the injury. 6:08 to play here in the first half. 21-7 our score. Huskies lead over the Eagles. We'll be right back on the Varsity Sports Show.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you. What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
All right, back here from Horizon Huskies Field. Again, our score 21-7 with 6:08 to play. Husky offense threatening here. Ashley, that's the football off at Segura. Again, Anthony Segura. Can he break free? No, down to the 2-yard line. Anthony Segura was trying to break off that last tackle. That was number 12, the defender, Titan Slade. They're hanging on for dear life.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him give it right back to him when they're less than 3 yards away. Segura usually just lowers his shoulder. And
Ashley hands the football off. Segura walks in untouched. Touchdown, Horizon Huskies. And it feels like an onslaught at this point. The senior celebrated on senior night. Anthony Segura gets in, and it's 27-7 here in the second quarter with 5:29 to play.
Touchdown number 13 for the senior on senior night. That's a lucky number for most people, but he'll take that. And I did say they like to get him to lower the shoulder. He just made one cut, and like you said, he was untouched. So it shows you that they were ready to plug up a hole, but they left one wide open for him to cut to.
Kenyon Floyd on for the extra point. And just as always, he's perfect. 28-7 our score. And man, this Eagles offense, they need to come out and they need to do something at this point.
Yeah, they do. They've been struggling a bit, but not really much else we could say on that. It feels like a broken record at that point. But while we do have some time, I did say I would allude back to the playoff situation, but it's a little bit tricky, especially with the region they're in, Desert Mountain, who they played earlier and lost a heartbreaker to. They're projected to qualify for the Open. For those who are unfamiliar with the Open, it's really just a combination of a bunch of premier schools. But with that being said, with Desert Mountain likely going to the Open, barring them losing horrifically to Notre Dame Prep, who they're playing today, it should be Higley and Horizon dueling it out for the top spot. And Horizon already beat Higley earlier this year. So it'll be interesting to see who gets that top spot and where the rankings fall. But that Horizon-Higley game felt a little one-sided for the most part, too. As it stands now, I think you said Horizon's projected to be the 3 seed in the 5A, which, like I said, Higley being the 1 doesn't make sense considering Horizon really crushed them when they played each other. At Higley, too, need I remind you guys.
I think maybe geared a little bit with some recency bias towards that Desert Mountain thrashing a couple weeks ago. As this one is returned just shy of the 20 out to about the 17. That's McKay Beardall. So the offense in better field position than they were on their last drive to start out.
I will say the playoff ranking system I'm still unaware of. I didn't go to high school here in Arizona, so I'm not sure what exactly they rule in favor of where the rankings go and the points. I know strength of schedule comes into play. Don't know if the results do as much, but if Higley beating Desert Mountain by as much as they did proves to be a factor, then I feel like head-to-head should mean more too, though. But, you know, again, what do I know? Either way, Horizon likely headed their way to the playoffs, and the way this offense is clicking, they're hot at the right time.
Absolutely are. Bryson Landon in a quarterback. No, excuse me, this is a change as that ball is fired to Titan Slade and incomplete. We now have Connor White in a quarterback, so obviously we started the broadcast off with Wondering why White wasn't starting this game, but he comes in now in relief of Bryson Landon. Obviously had that great opening drive, but since then the offense has gone stale. So they make a change to White. 2nd and 10, Connor White takes a snap, takes the handoff, fires this one out towards the left and incomplete. Attempted a screen pass there. Boston Morris, number 11, the intended receiver, and it's quickly 3rd down.
Some stats on Connor White. 2,305 yards, 2,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 256 yards a game. And again, this almost feels like a bit of a challenge for him to come in down 21 and his coach telling him, all right, we're down by a lot. Try to make it up. Feels like almost like a video game challenge really at that point, but he's got the stats to prove it. He's the guy here, so let's see what he can do.
One of those Madden Ultimate Team challenges. White out to his left, and he's not even going to throw this football. It's loose, and guess who just scooped it up? Carson Cobb, scoop and score for the touchdown. And the Huskies lead this one 34-7. Wow.
Man, oh man, I know he didn't get credit for the sack there, but he was in the right place at the right time to scoop that one up as well. Man, got to give credit to those seniors getting some touches and some touchdowns on senior night. He's got a receiving touchdown, his first of the year. He's got the defensive touchdown, and he's having a career game, and why not have it on really the best night for you to have it?
Senior night, as we mentioned, celebrating many seniors like Cope, Segura, Tanner Newt. He's got a touchdown on both sides of the football, defensive and offensive. As Kenyon Floyd in for the extra point. And he puts this one up, and it's good. 35-7 our score with 5:04 to go. The Eagles made a quarterback change on 3rd down. A mistake there by Connor White. Ball comes loose, and the Huskies able to capitalize.
You know, I can't stress enough how incredible it is that how just really the quick turn of how this game went. And I mean, 2 minutes into this game, we thought it was going to be really a defensive battle. We saw ala-gilbert stuff Horizon on 3 straight plays and then go and score on 2 of them on their offensive drive. And then since then, it's been all Horizon. And it's really just, I wouldn't say shocking because we know what Horizon's capable of, but more of just shocking in terms of just when you see that opening drive and what ala-gilbert did, to see them not do the same thing and just kind of sputter over and over, it's really just more confusing rather than shocking.
Yeah, I feel like many times over the course of the last couple weeks, I guess even the last couple months, we've had, games where we have said the Huskies, what do they do on offense? They run the football. They love to run the football, and opposing defenses know that coming into it, but the question is, can they stop them? And it really looked like on that opening drive, this defense was up for the task today, and since then it has been an onslaught of points. $35 unanswered now for the Huskies.
And ala-gilbert needs some sort of answer here. I feel like we've said that every single drive since that tying touchdown from the Huskies, but man, oh man, they need some kind of spark, and they need it fast because we're coming up close on halftime, and we all know that you need some kind of momentum going into the break, or else things get out of hand rather quickly. We've seen it happen multiple times, and this feels no different than the past few weeks as well.
So Connor White will come out for yet another drive. Keep an eye on that throughout the night, see if they stick with White or go back to Landon. White takes a snap. He's going to take it himself. Connor White on the run, and he's out towards the 25-yard line.
Not much of a runner is White. He's only got 109 yards rushing and a couple touchdowns, but definitely has the speed to maneuver out to the edge, and we saw it on that fumble. We saw it here on this first run. And they're going to need to do some kind of combination of plays in order to get themselves into scoring position.
White takes a snap, looks towards the left side, fires that way. That's Phelps, complete. And that's up across the 30, out to the 32-yard line, and an Eagles first down.
And Brandon Phelps, like we said, over 1,000 yards on the season already with 13 touchdowns. Look for him to get more involved here as the go-to guy. When you need some points and you need some yards, that's who you look at.
White takes a snap. Pressure coming. He feels it. Rolls out to the right. On the run, Cobb, and Cobb makes the tackle. Carson Kolb with a full head of steam running right behind Connor White, and he's able to bring him down.
I know I'm not playing football on any opposing side of this Horizon defense, but I know I would be terrified if I saw Carson Kolb coming at me. The way he plays, the passion he plays with, and really just the energy he brings to this defense, I would be like a deer in headlights if I saw him coming at me, and I feel like these quarterbacks all see the same thing every week.
Connor White takes a snap, empty backfield. Pressure's coming. He's going to have to roll out to his left. Segura on the rush, and he fires this one incomplete.
Again, just this defensive front creating a ton of pressure. That was Kolb, Segura, Mesler. These guys have done a terrific job all season long of really berating these offensive lines and just really pushing themselves into the backfield and forcing these quarterbacks to make plays. No matter what team they're playing, they do the same thing every week, and it's really quite impressive to see.
Touching a little bit on that defensive front, I spoke to Coach Litton post-game after that Higley game, and he told me how they live and die by their defensive front. So obviously he feels the same way you do, as this one is taken by White, and he's out across the 50. A nice game there, and another Eagles first down. So the offense starting to move a little bit here.
So it took this ALA offense to do something that's really never been done all year, and that's seeing your quarterback, Connor White, run the football. Like I said, just 100 yards coming into today, which we've seen Ashley and Zamorano, all these guys get in one game. So you got to go to what doesn't work sometimes because the defense can't game plan it.
Caught a little bit off guard as this Husky defense. A nice throw there by White as pressure was in his face. He got hit there, went to the turf, but Boston Morris on the catch. And he'll be about a yard, maybe a yard and a half shy.
And this defense looks to be playing to avoid the big plays, force this Eagles offense to kill some clock here, and they'll gladly give up those small chunk plays rather than the big ones, especially when they're up by this much.
White with Thorley there, or excuse me, not Thorley, but rather Beardall, as that one is deflected. That front was coming right after him, trying to get rid of that football. Once again, he hits the turf. So does the ball, and it's 3rd and short.
I will say this for Connor White, too. The last 3 or 4 times he's both carried the ball and really been the ball holder for the most part, the carrier. He's been hit hard by this defensive front. I mean, we've seen Carson Kolb get in there, we've seen Metzler get in there, and he just seems to fall to the turf every single time he has the ball, whether he's throwing it or running it. He just keeps getting back up. Man, that just shows how tough all these quarterbacks are that play this defense.
Connor White takes a snap. He's going to take it himself once again. A little spin move. He's able to get across the first down marker and out to the 35-yard line. So again, we mentioned Connor White just does not run the football a lot, but tonight he is. He's doing a good job of it.
It makes me wonder why they haven't gone to it almost all season long. When I saw his stats, I'm thinking to myself, maybe a pocket passer, maybe a guy who just stands in there and finds the open guy. And when you have receivers like he does, it really doesn't make any sense for him to run the ball. But against this defense, when they're quickly getting in his face, you got to quickly get out of there. And he's done that a few times now.
3 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. White, a low snap. Pressure coming, and he's going to get sacked. I mean, he has had no time back there. That Husky front has been all over him, and that low snap caused him to get sacked for a loss.
That looks like Jared Klomfenstein, the guy in there. Man, these seniors really showing their worth here on senior night. And why not? Like you said, you want your seniors to show out on the night where they're honored the most, last regular season game of the season in front of the home crowd. Man, oh man, this defense, you can give the whole defense some flowers, but we're going to highlight the seniors here tonight too.
35-7 our score, under a minute 50. White takes a snap on 2nd and long, drops back, pressure coming. Here's Carson Kolb again. Carson Kolb has been a menace tonight. Connor White with no time, and Carson Kolb comes through for the sack.
Maybe his second, maybe his 3rd sack. I don't know if I'm going to credit the 3rd one. I think it might have been just a designed run for a loss, but he's been all over the place, and he's so strong too. He's throwing these guys to the ground as if they're, really nothing. And we saw it there too, and just right in Connor White's face and just shoved him off to the side, really. And that's just, can't say enough about this defense and how active they are, and how many problems they create for opposing offenses every single week.
He's been a guy that plays with a lot of energy this season. It feels like he has a little bit more pep in his step tonight. And we're going to get a flag pre-snap here. Let's get the call. And as if it couldn't get any worse for this Eagles offense, a flinch on the line there. and they'll move this football back again.
Yeah, Carson Cole coming into tonight, 7 sacks, 62 tackles for a loss. He's been an absolute menace. I can't believe I didn't even have the stats ready until now. He does have an interception too, and he can add a defensive touchdown to that, but he's really been the leader of this defense. Plays, like you said, with passion and energy, and plays with his heart on his sleeve as well, and leaves it all out there every week, and we see it again today.
So 3rd and very long upcoming here. 3rd and Tucson, really. Fires this football complete to the left side and down to the 35-yard line. So it'll be 4th and a mile.
Did you say 3rd and Tucson?
3rd and Tucson.
I've never heard that one before, but that's a new one. I will say that's a new one.
Clock ticks on here.
It's like 20 seconds. I know you're blocked by the poll, so I got to read it for you, but
I appreciate that. I think we're going to keep the offense out here.
I see a Hail Mary here to end the half, just to try to see if they can get a miracle. And now we're going to get a defensive timeout.
Well, a timeout coming here from the Huskies. Believe that's 5.6. Yes, 5.6 on the clock. 35-7 our score. Huskies lead over the Eagles. We'll keep it here. Folks, make sure to stick around during halftime to watch exclusive Varsity Sports Show content, once again, from all of our amazing team here at the Varsity Sports Show. So 5.6 seconds, Eric, you alluded to it. You think this is going to be a Hail Mary play, but after the timeout, do you think they maybe changed their mind? They sent down the pun unit and just hope to go into halftime and gain a little bit of momentum from there?
I feel like worst case scenario that you kind of have to go for a Hail Mary, because at the very least, if you get a miracle and you make a play, you get points. And if not, likely an interception, likely someone just going down to the ground. You never know, but some things you just got to risk and go for. And I feel like this is one of those moments where you try to hope for a penalty or maybe, like you said, a miracle, but they just have to have something go their way. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Hail Mary, but like you said, it can go either way.
Connor White obviously has been a huge threat as a passer. They'll keep him in here. Not really enough time here for 2 plays.
And I kind of see a couple guys around Connor White. I wouldn't be surprised if he snaps it and kind of backs up a few times and has some, protection to let him just go down to end the clock.
White takes a snap. Going to stand in the pocket. Now Connor White's going to step up. He's going to have to run for this one, and he's just going to go down. Cole will complete the tackle, and we're at halftime. 35-7 our score. The Horizon Huskies lead over the American Leadership Academy GilbertNorth Eagles. It has been domination since the opening drive for the Huskies. And again, stick around for halftime content from our Varsity Sports Show members, and we'll be back for the start of the 3rd quarter after that.
After every team played last week, we have 14 games this week, starting with the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Quarterback Will Levis will be starting for the Titans. He had 4 passing touchdowns in his last game against the Falcons, and they are on the road on a short week against the Steelers. Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett will play with a rib injury. Offense might suffer there for the Steelers. They're coming off a loss at home to the Jaguars. I think the Titans can keep it rolling. Titans win 21-17. To start off Sunday, we have a game in Germany. Miami is at Kansas City. Fans are hoping for a lot of touchdowns, and I think that they will get them with Patrick Mahomes and the high-flying offense for Miami. It will be a shootout. Chiefs are looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Denver. Miami still hasn't beaten a team with a winning record this season. I think Kansas City will get it done. Chiefs win 34-28. The Minnesota Vikings suffered what could be the biggest loss of their season, with Kirk Cousins suffering a season-ending injury. So rookie Jaron Hall will start and the offense will not be the same. Atlanta needs a win, and they are starting a different quarterback, going with Taylor Heineke over rookie Desmond Ridder. Despite not knowing if Drake London will play for the Falcons, I think the defense will take advantage of Hall. Atlanta wins 24-10. The Chicago Bears are at the New Orleans Saints, and they are playing 2 road games in a row. They could possibly have Justin Fields back, but the Saints finally got their offense going in the last game against the Colts. Alvin Kamara has been running the ball extremely well, and the Bears defense has only been average this season. New Orleans will win this one 28-16. The Los Angeles Rams are at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers have lost 4 straight games. They lost to the Broncos and the Raiders, who are also teams with losing records. The offense hasn't scored more than 20 points since week 2. Matthew Stafford suffered a UCL sprain in his right thumb in their 43-20 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. It's unsure if he will start, but even if he doesn't start, the Packers are struggling to win games. Rams will win this one 34-17. The Washington Commanders will be at the New England Patriots. The Commanders traded away their 2 top edge players this week. New England has a number of injuries at the receiver position, with Kendrick Bourne being placed on IR and Devontae Parker in concussion protocol. The Commanders' offense found their stride against the Eagles, putting up 31 points, and Washington wins a close one here on the road despite their losses on defense, 24-21. The Seattle Seahawks will be at the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is 6-2 on the season, looking like one of the best teams in the AFC. Their offense is clicking and the running game is starting to heat up. Seattle added Leonard Williams on defense, and they are trending in the right direction. Both teams lead their divisions and are on hot streaks, but I think Lamar will get the job done at home. Ravens win 23-20. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be on the road at Houston. Buccaneers have lost 3 straight. The Texans had a weird game last game on the road and couldn't get one of the greatest offensive stories this season to perform. But the offense is still promising, and the Texans are fighting for good positioning in their division, so they will come out firing. The Bucs do have 3 extra rest days, but it will not be enough to help them win. Texans will take this one 26-14. The Arizona Cardinals will be at the Cleveland Browns. Cardinals are 1-7 with 5 losses in a row, and they just traded away Josh Dobbs and are looking to rookie Clayton Tune to lead their offense. The Browns are a good home team, and the defense is returning to be what they were at the start of the season. If the Browns can stop turning the ball over, it will be a blowout. Even if they do commit turnovers, the Browns will win 30-17. The Indianapolis Colts will be at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are coming off their first win of the season against the Texans. The Colts defense has been struggling in the last few weeks, and they have lost 3 straight games. Panthers are home underdogs, but I think that they can keep it rolling. Carolina wins 2 straight, beating the Colts 23-20. The New York Giants will be at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders have had major turnover in the last week. They fired both their head coach Josh McDaniels and GM Dave Ziegler. Raiders' new head coach Antonio Pierce can't do worse than what they were doing before, and quarterback Aiden O'Connell will replace Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. The Raiders need to show their fans something positive at home. The Giants put up 31 points in week 2 against the Cardinals, but they haven't scored more than 16 points since that game. Daniel Jones could be back for the Giants, but the Raiders organization will get a much needed win. Raiders win 17-10. The Dallas Cowboys will be at the Philadelphia Eagles. One of the games of the week. Philadelphia has yet to lose a home game this season. The Eagles have the best record in the NFL, but they've also looked vulnerable at times. The Cowboys, on the other hand, have looked the best they have offensively in the last 2 games. Dak Prescott is looking good, and they are looking to prove that they are a Super Bowl contender this season. It will be a close one, but I do have the Eagles winning this one 31-29. The Buffalo Bills will be at the Cincinnati Bengals. Another great game. Sunday Night Football, the AFC North race. Joe Burrow's calf is healthy, and he looked like his normal self against the 49ers. The Bengals are on a 3-game winning streak. Buffalo is looking good, but they will have to handle Jamar Chase and the Bengals receivers. No one can stop the Bengals right now, and they will win 33-30. The Los Angeles Chargers will be at the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. The Jets have won 3 straight games, and their defense is coming up big in those wins. The Chargers beat the Bears, but they will have to travel to the opposite side of the country to face that stout defense on the road. The Jets will do just enough on defense to win at home, making it 4 straight wins. New York will win 21-17. Those are my Week 9 NFL picks, and we will see what teams can keep it rolling this week. This has been Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports, and enjoy the second half of the games.
On Wednesday night, the Texas Rangers defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 5 to clinch their first World Series in franchise history. Although it was a disappointing finish for Arizona, the journey of how they got this far against all odds is pretty remarkable and worth remembering and recapping. So how did we get here? Well, back in 2021, the D-backs had a 52-110 record, tied for the worst in the league. This team was still in a rebuild after they lost star players like Paul Goldschmidt, AJ Pollock, and Zach Greinke. They did have a couple players worth building around, such as Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, and Zach Gallen, but all three of them missed a portion of the season due to injury. The pitching staff really struggled in 2021, and so did the offense. But in 2022, the youngsters started to arrive, and the team started to turn it around. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly had career seasons and were much more healthy than the previous year. We also saw glimpses of prospects like Corbin Carroll, Alec Thomas, and Geraldo Perdomo. The D-backs in 2022 won 74 games, a huge improvement from the 52 games they won in 2021. They were close. In the offseason, heading into the 2023 season, the D-backs made a big trade that surprised a lot of people. They traded Dalton Varsho to the Toronto Blue Jays, a talented young player in his own right, for Gabriel Moreno and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The D-backs made some noise from the start of 2023, surprising people from the get-go, as at the halfway point of the season, they were in first place in the NL West division. The team did struggle in the second half of the season as they saw their division lead slip away to the Dodgers. But the team overcame their struggles in the final month as they had a winning record in September after a losing record in July and August. The D-backs did make a couple big trades midway through the season to acquire Paul Sewald from the Seattle Mariners and Tommy Pham from the New York Mets to help fortify their roster. They had to fight to make the playoffs, but ultimately they won 84 games, which was enough to earn them the 6th and last wildcard spot in the National League playoff bracket. But then, just when everyone doubted this young team would be able to advance even past the 3-seeded Brewers in the first round, which was the wildcard round, that is when the answer backs were born. The D-backs swept the Brewers in 2 games, coming back from a deficit in both games in Milwaukee. Despite their youth and inexperience, the team actually relished the big moments, and not only did their resilience show, but their young players started to emerge as big game performers, unfazed by the pressure. The D-backs would ride the momentum from the wild card round and would sweep the division-winning rival Dodgers, a team not many thought they would beat, let alone sweep. Then in the NLCS against a powerful Phillies team, the D-backs overcame a 2-0 deficit and a 3-2 deficit and found a way to win the final 2 games in a hostile Philadelphia road environment and then probably get to the World Series. Even though they couldn't finish off the incredible run with a championship, the fact that this team made it this far with such a young roster and the odds stacked against them is quite remarkable. Considering the young promising stars that we saw rise to the occasion, the players in their prime such as Ketel Marte and Christian Walker, along with 2 ace pitchers and a great manager in Torey Lovullo, this is a Diamondback team with an incredibly bright future and present. It was the playoff run that none of us expected, but one that offered so many moments to remember along the way and paves the way for a potential championship that might not be too far away.
After every team played last week, we have 14 games this week, starting with the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Quarterback Will Levis will be starting for the Titans. He had 4 passing touchdowns in his last game against the Falcons, and they are on the road on a short week against the Steelers. Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett will play with a rib injury. Offense might suffer there for the Steelers. They're coming off a loss at home to the Jaguars. I think the Titans can keep it rolling. Titans win 21-17. To start off Sunday, we have a game in Germany. Miami is at Kansas City. Fans are hoping for a lot of touchdowns, and I think that they will get them with Patrick Mahomes and the high-flying offense for Miami. It will be a shootout. Chiefs are looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Denver. Miami still hasn't beaten a team with a winning record this season. I think Kansas City will get it done. Chiefs win 34-28. The Minnesota Vikings suffered what could be the biggest loss of their season, with Kirk Cousins suffering a season-ending injury. So rookie Jaren Hall will start and the offense will not be the same. Atlanta needs a win and they are starting a different quarterback, going with Taylor Heineke over rookie Desmond Ridder. Despite not knowing if Drake London will play for the Falcons, I think the defense will take advantage of Hall. Atlanta wins 24-10. The Chicago Bears are at the New Orleans Saints and they are playing 2 road games in a row. They could possibly have Justin Fields back, but the Saints finally got their offense going in the last game against the Colts. Alvin Kamara has been running the ball extremely well, and the Bears defense has only been average this season. New Orleans will win this one 28-16. The Los Angeles Rams are at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers have lost 4 straight games. They lost to the Broncos and the Raiders, who are also teams with losing records. The offense hasn't scored more than 20 points since week 2. Matthew Stafford suffered a UCL sprain in his right thumb in their 43-20 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. It's unsure if he will start. But even if he doesn't start, the Packers are struggling to win games. Rams will win this one 34-17. The Washington Commanders will be at the New England Patriots. The Commanders traded away their 2 top edge players this week. New England has a number of injuries at the receiver position, with Kendrick Bourne being placed on IR and Devontae Parker in concussion protocol. The Commanders' offense found their stride against the Eagles, putting up 31 points, and Washington wins a close one here on the road despite their losses on defense, 24-21. The Seattle Seahawks will be at the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is 6-2 on the season, looking like one of the best teams in the AFC. Their offense is clicking and the running game is starting to heat up. Seattle added Leonard Williams on defense and they are trending in the right direction. Both teams lead their divisions and are on hot streaks, but I think Lamar will get the job done at home. Ravens win 23-20. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be on the road at Houston. Buccaneers have lost 3 straight. The Texans had a weird game last game on the road and couldn't get one of the greatest offensive stories this season to perform. But the offense is still promising, and the Texans are fighting for good positioning in their division, so they will come out firing. The Bucs do have 3 extra rest days, but it will not be enough to help them win. Texans will take this one 26-14. The Arizona Cardinals will be at the Cleveland Browns. Cardinals are 1-7 with 5 losses in a row, and they just traded away Josh Dobbs and are looking to rookie Clayton Tune to lead their offense. The Browns are a good home team, and the defense is returning to be what they were at the start of the season. If the Browns can stop turning the ball over, it will be a blowout. Even if they do commit turnovers, the Browns will win 30-17. The Indianapolis Colts will be at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are coming off their first win of the season against the Texans. The Colts defense has been struggling in the last few weeks, and they have lost 3 straight games. Panthers are home underdogs, but I think that they can keep it rolling. Carolina wins 2 straight, beating the Colts 23-20. The New York Giants will be at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders have had major turnover in the last week. They fired both their head coach Josh McDaniels and GM Dave Ziegler. Raiders' new head coach Antonio Pierce can't do worse than what they were doing before, and quarterback Aiden O'Connell will replace Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. The Raiders need to show their fans something positive at home. The Giants put up 31 points in week 2 against the Cardinals, but they haven't scored more than 16 points since that game. Daniel Jones could be back for the Giants, but the Raiders organization will get a much needed win. Raiders win 17-10. The Dallas Cowboys will be at the Philadelphia Eagles. One of the games of the week. Philadelphia has yet to lose a home game this season. The Eagles have the best record in the NFL, but they've also looked vulnerable at times. The Cowboys, on the other hand, have looked the best they have offensively in the last 2 games. Dak Prescott is looking good, and they are looking to prove that they are a Super Bowl contender this season. It will be a close one, but I do have the Eagles winning this one 31-29. The Buffalo Bills will be at the Cincinnati Bengals. Another great game. Sunday Night Football, the AFC North race. Joe Burrow's calf is healthy, and he looked like his normal self against the 49ers. The Bengals are on a 3-game winning streak. Buffalo is looking good, but they will have to handle Jamar Chase and the Bengals receivers. No one can stop the Bengals right now, and they will win 33-30. The Los Angeles Chargers will be at the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. The Jets have won 3 straight games, and their defense is coming up big in those wins. The Chargers beat the Bears, but they will have to travel to the opposite side of the country to face that stout defense on the road. The Jets will do just enough on defense to win at home, making it 4 straight wins. New York will win 21-17. Those are my Week 9 NFL picks, and we will see what teams can keep it rolling this week. This has been Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports, and enjoy the second half of the games.
And we're back here from Horizon Huskies Field for the start of the second half. As the buzzer sounds, and we'll get set to kick this one off. 35-7 our score. The Huskies lead this one over the Eagles. And Eric, give us a short recap.
I think the only recap I have is that it looked like it was going to be really a back and forth game, and from the get-go, I mean, just a 3-and-out from Horizon, and then ala-gilbert-north scored on 2 plays, but since then, it's really just been all Huskies. That's really all the recap I have. It's just been a steady diet of really a hard-nosed defense that's been attacking this Eagles offense ever since that first drive, and really just a rushing attack led by both Jace Ashley and Anthony Segura for the most part as well. He had a touchdown as well, but there's really not much else to say besides that. Horizon's been doing their job since that first drive where they stalled and gave up a touchdown. And since then, they've just had their foot on the gas pedal, and Coach Litton's really revived these guys after that slow start. But, I mean, I don't see them slowing down either in the second half. They look just as ready as ever to keep that foot down and cruise into the playoffs with a I wouldn't say a blowout win, but a nice win to add to the resume.
Obviously, we still have 24 minutes yet to be played, so we don't know what this Eagles team will do with those 24 minutes, but as it currently stands, 28-point lead for the Huskies. And obviously, you mentioned Anthony Segura, you mentioned Jace Ashley. We also have to mention Carson Coe. We've said his name, feels like double-digit times at this point, 10, 12 times, whatever it may be. He has just been a menace on the defensive side and scored a touchdown on the offensive side, so he's having a great senior night. Canyon Floyd going to boot this one away, and that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So at the 20-yard line is where ala-gilbert-north will take over.
I feel like Carson Colby's been such a presence in this game, and like you said, highlighting senior night. Feels like on senior night for really any school, those guys kind of shine the brightest, and he's been all over the place tonight. He's racked up a receiving touchdown. He's gotten 2 or 3 sacks on defense, a bunch of tackles for loss, and even a defensive scoop and score as well. We didn't even mention that. He's gotten really what's been a rarity on this Horizon team, a defensive touchdown.
I'm willing to go out on a limb here and say this is the best regular season game he has had in his high school career. Of course, it happens in the final as this play is blown up and a Husky sack there on first down.
And just yet again, this is a story of this game. This defensive front has just been so active back there. I can't stress that enough. They've literally been all over every single ball carrier for this Eagles offense, whether it's Connor White, whether it was Bryson Landon, whether it's Thorley, it doesn't matter. And that was Jack Metzler this time, putting his name in the hat as well.
Jack Metzler there on the sack. White hands the football off and out across the 20 toward the 21-yard line before a pushback from the Husky defense, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
It just feels like this Eagles offense has just hit an absolute wall in this Horizon defense. And we've seen it time and time again, week in and week out. And it feels like this one's been the most stout they've been. I mean, they haven't really allowed a play past midfield except maybe once or twice since that first drive.
Yeah, think of some of the offenses they've been able to kind of throw off this ala-gilbert-north team. Of course, Desert Mountain and Higley as well, some of these premier offenses in the state. White rolling out to his right, fires this one. It's complete. And able to stay on his feet is number 5. He's out across the 40, and he dives towards the 45. He'll be marked shy at the 44-yard line. That's McKay Beardall, and that's a huge 3rd down play for the Eagles.
Yeah, credit Connor White there for rolling out. And really, it's not even on the Horizon defense. They did all they could. Tanner Newt even came flying up from his safety position to try to stop him from running. Just a pinpoint pass, and just 1 broken tackle is all it took.
So again, ball at the 44-yard line. Snap taken by White. He'll roll out to the left, and he's going to keep this one himself, and he's going to be met by that Husky defense. That's number 4, Evan Enwia, coming in from his safety position to make the play. Excuse me, he plays outside linebacker. That's my fault.
Yeah, either way, another senior to highlight. Feels like these seniors have been all over the place, playing with a passion, playing with an energy unlike any other. And why not? On senior night, you want to ball out for the home crowd and for his parents in attendance, as we had the ceremony before the game as well, and leave it all out there on the regular season finale, I should say. Sorry.
And White takes the snap, fires this one toward the left sideline. That's Phelps, Brandon Phelps on the catch. toe taps alongside that boundary. That'll bring up a third and more manageable.
I will say, watching Brandon Phelps run some routes and even the footwork he shows, you can tell he's going to be a threat really for any kind of, whatever college he decides to sign with. He's got some elite footwork, and if you break records that are held by current NFL wide receivers like Christian Kirk, you know that that's some good company to be in right there.
5 out wide. White starts to feel the pressure. He's going to roll out to the left. He's going to fire this one deep, and it's incomplete. And we're going to get a flag as White hit the ground a little late there.
I will say Carson Colby, you know, we talk about it. He's played with a bunch of passion. I don't think that was necessarily a late hit. I think it was just the force he came in with to a defenseless player, the quarterback. Kind of led with a shoulder up high. I think they're going to get him for that.
Looking for Brandon Phelps downfield there, trying to get the big hook up. And here we're going to get a...
I get that it's a...
Oh, it's a double penalty. There was also PI on that play. I didn't see that. I was too busy focused on Carson Kolb laying the hit stick there on Connor White, who, again, just so tough, gets up and acts like nothing happened.
So Connor White, empty backfield, 5 out wide, 3 to the bottom, 2 to the top. White's going to fire this one downfield, and it's incomplete, just in front of the intended receiver, Boston Morris.
It seems like a couple times we've seen Connor White kind of go over the middle on that kind of post route, designed to get them over the seams there. But just a little out in front a couple times we've seen that too, but definitely trying to get the passing game more active as well as facing this big deficit.
See how much more involved they can get Brandon Phelps. A little bit quiet on his front for what he usually does. Connor White drops back, was gonna throw, now tucks and runs out to the right, and it's incomplete. Off the left hand of McKay Beardall, went a little bit too far in front of him. Would have had a one-hand catch it, just couldn't corral it, and it's third down.
Yeah, Beardall running a drag route really as a safety blanket just in case White had to run out to his right, and that's exactly what he did.
So third down upcoming, down 28 with 9 minutes. You would imagine this is probably 4-down territory?
I would say so. I mean, like you said, still over 21 minutes left, but I think they just want to get any kind of points they can, but we'll see.
White trying a hard count there. Huskies don't bite. Now takes a snap, and we're going to get a flag.
Yeah, I think they all saw this whole Horizon sideline, and the crowd saw it too, but it looked like a little bit of a delayed snap from the center, and that'll cost them.
So a tough one there. That'll drive them back 5.
For Husky fans, that's A-OK.
I just heard the PA announcer make I wouldn't say funny, but very, very well-timed joke, I would say.
White takes a snap. Fires this one, and it is complete. That's number 12, Titan Slade. And he's been relatively quiet tonight, right near the first down marker. And I think they're going to give it.
No, they're not. 4th and short.
Well, now they say first down. So we have some confusion on the field here. And they did, in fact, give the Eagles the first down. I thought it should be first down.
I'm going to have to kindly disagree with you. When he caught that ball, it looked like he went down at the 28 and then kind of rolled over. And I know it's when you catch the ball and you go down. It's not NFL rules when you're touched.
White hands this football off. That's Beardall. A nice juke back to the left side. And he's down at the 15-yard line. So a nice run there by McKay Beardall. We have not seen a lot of Cody Thorley tonight. Obviously, we talked about his impact, 3 touchdowns last week. Just haven't seen much action since the first quarter.
No, I mean, when nothing's been working, I feel like we haven't seen much of anybody up until this point.
And we are going to get a timeout here coming from the Horizon sideline. We'll take a short break. 35-7 our score here in the early goings of the third quarter. We'll be right back here on the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
And we're back here from Horizon Huskies Field, where the Huskies lead this football match 35-7. The buzzer sounds. We're back from the timeout, and the Eagles have first down in the red zone.
Believe it or not, this is the first time they've been in the red zone all night.
Little end around play here. That's number 1 trying to get the edge on the near sideline. And he's out of bounds across the 10-yard line. That's Brandon Phelps. And as we said, it's been pretty quiet for his standard. And they get him involved there on the little end around play.
Yeah, now we're starting to see the plays that ALA wants to run when they're kind of getting closer to the goal line. We haven't really seen much. They've kind of been stuck behind in their own territory. But now they've got a drive going here to start the second half.
Football at the 7. White hands the football off, and into the end zone goes the running back Thorley for the touchdown. And the Eagles finally get on the board again, first time after their opening drive, and they put an end to the 35 unanswered by the Huskies.
And just a great drive overall by ALA. You needed that to start the second half after really coming up with nothing, like you said, after that first drive. So nice for them to really get things going and maybe trying to really flip the script here in the second half.